honestly. Or Arlott actually.
Yeah.
You know what? Never mind. Never mind what I said. Arlott is much
Arlott's
better.
open, you know.
Arlott is way better.
Yeah, with the way that Ryota is smiling.
Yeah. Arlott Granger. Let's run it back.
I agree. Arlott Granger actually looks amazing here. The Granger does provide a lot of range. And there you go. Lock it in, baby. Arlott, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Direct attack here for...
And then the Lunox.
Let's go.
Please, no.
Nah, against the Granger, that can't be possible. You won a classic matchup here, like a Moskov or...
Even a Bruno, dude.
How about Irithel?
It has been a while since we've seen a Irithel against a...
Wait.
No way! Brother!
And right at the end, still surprising us, Smart Omega gets a show.
Yeah, and it looks like
Brother
it's...
in Christ.
Double fighter! It's
they have a very good early game ahead of them.
Let's see how will it reflect here onto our round as we see something new again for Netsuki, and Super Yoshi still sticking onto the next on his list of comfort heroes that show onto the roam.
And this is going to be the first time that Vexana will be played here in Season 16 of MPL.
Wait.
If we recall, it has been a while. Wait a minute, Haji!
First time will be the first blood. Not so much here for ONIC PH still.
Now that I think about it, the Grok technically has 2 skills if you skill level 1 the wall, right?
Yeah, the passive too.
As long as you have the passive and you target it correctly, like what we saw in the previous skirmish, Brusco, maybe that's the direct advantage of having the Grok now.
And it's just not just the heavy swing, but also the ability to get that concussive blast. The early game burst is insane here for the new Grok, especially if you build damage. But sadly, it's MPLPH. We won't see damage Grok.
Man, it's so annoying to face up a Grok in the mid lane if you are a static mage like this one, the Vexana. Like you have to walk in front of the minion wave.
Yep.
I mean, you have to walk to the minion wave in front of a Grok. And he's gonna smack you with the passive.
Yeah, and unfortunately so for Haji, he knows the timing as well. He's easily displaced here with Brusco alone. So it's up to Smart Omega to somehow change things up. But a Grok never changes, especially onto denying and going for the intel here for the jungler of Smart Omega.
Yeah, and that's going to be the first turtle about to spawn. And this time, ONIC does have a short lead here. Still anybody's ball game. But in terms of wave management, it seems that ONIC Philippines does have a big edge.
So Ryota being targeted here. Could easily dodge those incoming attacks for Smart Omega as they place and position themselves here on the first turtle being started by King Kong.
King Kong holding on to this turtle. James is level 4 as well. Super Friends. This could be a big team fight. Brave Spider available Flicker as well. The purple will be the objective here as the turtle goes to the hands of ONIC Philippines for free. And he's not even going to use his retribution. So get ready for a potential invade.
And this time for Ryzen as well. He knows that there's just no way for him to contest and try to stun off the King Kong at first turtle here. Netsuki hiding. It's going to be somewhat of an exchange poke around, but never really a first blood yet here on their game.
By the way, a little bit of a lane report here between the gold laners. It is actually Netsuki winning over Kelra in the first 2 minutes of the game as he was able to deny 1 gold cart away from Kelra.
But eventually, I think the gold crabs piled up here for Kelra, eventually getting slight gold lead here against the Ruby gold lane. And we're yet to see a skirmish. Omega thrives on those skirmishes considering that they're running double fighter.
So far, James being contacted here by Ryota. Ryzen to the rescue.
Oh no!
But the final slash will miss out. The first blood will be going on to Ryzen.
What a combo coming out from Omega. Again, the first blood not being in favor of ONIC. They're sticking with their MO of not getting so much of the first bloods. And speaking of Kelra, he was able to recover when it comes to the farm because of the double lane setup and obviously the turtle that they were able to take. Unfortunately for Netsuki, Ruby is not a hero that can easily go double lane.
That's true.
So, yeah, well, you do have a lot of dashes, but it's much better if you linchpin your opponents in that lane.
And so far for ONIC Philippines, their gold lead does grow from 200 to 700, but it's still anybody's game. Omega yet to find a team fight that they want to see. In 20 seconds from now, the next turtle will be spawning. That's the second turtle of the game, and both teams have complete battle spells. for when that time comes.
Yeah, and for ONIC, they just have this luxury of preventing anyone for Smart Omega to actually position themselves first here onto a new objective spawning in a few seconds.
It's going to be really hard here for the side of Omega to find a place if this rock holds that pixel brush. But Nevsky already rotating down that turtle pit. This might just be the team fight that Omega wants to see.
Okay, here you go. James starting it off. There's going to be the mounting chopper here. The vision is enough, but the damage isn't here for Smart Omega. Getting for a kill here. Haji going in.
Wow.
But Super Friends on the other hand, and even Kelra getting multiple hits in a row. Double kill this early.
Oh my goodness, the gold standard with the gold standard things when it comes to positioning. Look at the way that he's able to output the damage. In fact, Super Yoshi already had his eyes set on Kelra, but there's just enough movement coming out from Kelra that he's able to dodge Super Yoshi and then able to punish afterwards. We're gonna see it in 4K once again through this replay. And it's very clear that Kelra was able to get out of harm's way. Super Yoshi kicked Ryota, which was a good target anyways. But Kelra was already able to get 2 kills afterwards. Then it resulted into a total of 3 kills for ONIC. After that missed position again from Omega, second turtle belongs to ONIC.
Yep,
That replay was brought to you by Infinix, and with that second turtle secured by ONIC Philippines, it is now a 2K gold lead as we look at the gold difference by BPI. Kelra ahead by 1,300. That's starting to hurt Omega by far.
So far, that enabled them to actually activate Kelra earlier here, especially him going on the mid lane. Meanwhile, for Smart Omega, a bit too shaky onto trying to get the right target. Yes, we've acknowledged he fought, or Super Yoshi got the best target for Ryota, but that was until they weren't able to take down Kelra and even King Kong in the process.
Big rotation coming in from Omega down bottom lane, but it seems that they did not see the fight that they wanted to get. And that's going to be a free turret up top, and they couldn't even push or trade down bottom lane, Wolf.
Yeah. For ONIC, they have to keep this up because this is every minute that they are ahead by 3,000 over Omega is gonna speed up their win condition against Omega. Because if you take, we have to take note of the fact that Omega has this double fighter setup, which also means that they need the early game.
Yep.
If they don't cut the lead by 0 up until the 10-minute mark, it's done for. They have no way to recover.
And time is of the essence here for Smart Omega. But gladly so for ONIC. What time is it? It's going to be the final slash time here for Ryota. Nevsky forcing out the flicker. That's going to be a huge intel here for ONIC. And a Super Yoshi just slowly backs away. That way that they position themselves to make it hard, or makes it harder for Smart Omega to actually capitalize on the ISO plays here for Super Yoshi.
And imagine you burned a flicker for Nevsky and the conceal play as well for Super Yoshi right before the last turtle spawns. It's going to be difficult for Omega to find a fight for this final turtle fight.
Yep.
Kelra with the rapid boots, by the way.
Oh.
You don't see that often. And he's able to position himself so well, especially with his river speed up.
Okay, there's going to be the kick. Super Prince able to back away. Purify activated. Turtle still onto the hands of the Sigma jungler.
That's going to be all 3 turtles going to the hands of ONIC Philippines, and it seems they're not done yet. Look at Brusco with the concealed potential. Play!
Oh, what a play here with a stoic charge. Nevsky was the one getting caught on the crossfire, but for ONIC still getting a turret out of all.
Haji thought that he was the target. Well, he will be stunned if he did not flicker in that moment. But for Brusco, he already set his eyes on Nevsky. Just like in the previous game, they know who to target. Although that did not result into a kill, it resulted to a mid lane turret push, which, as we know, is not something that Omega can afford.
Yeah, and look at this. The Infinix hand cam of the Sigma jungler on his King Kong. And they are still looking to dominate the rest of the map for now. That's going to be another turret down in the top lane. Forces James out of the Bravest Fighter. And Super Yoshi looking for another play. The pokes are getting a bit too real. And he is forced to flicker out.
Okay, that's too real. And even the flicker has already been used here for James. That's so much of a movement here for those Sonics. And also ensuring that there is no way out here for Omega.
We can see now for items that's The reason why Kera is hitting so hard in this game is because of this Malefic Roar. Already up a minute ago, so I think around the 7-minute mark.
Okay, catching on Super Friends, but there's still the Crimson Beacon out of trajectory kick back there. Brusco as well, just keeping other members at bay.
Brusco!
Going to be a successful pick-up. And another killer for King Kong. 2 members down. That's a mission fail for Smart Omega. Ryota with a concealed play. They're eyeing out another turret. Plus so they will be able to spot on members of Smart Omega onto their mission.
That Grok play was just so Grok. There's no other way.
It was so Grok.
It was so Grok, bro. He literally stood in the mid lane knowing that if anybody dared to respond to that great engage coming in from Omega, that there will be a counter engage, which then resulted to this Lord taken by ONIC Philippines.
A free Lord for ONIC. They're even delaying it. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, they want to delay it up until the 10-second mark. There it is. So that it will spawn later on. So that would be a little bit of their advantage. But like you said, it was just the Grok just manhandling the members of Omega. I remember when Super Yoshi went in for the jump for Super Prince, Brusco was able to save his teammates by zoning out the members that would follow Super Yoshi. And then he survives this without using a flicker.
The toughest of them all. It's going to be Brusco here with his Grok. And even forcing out the Eternal Guard for Haji.
Yep.
A lot of resources being burnt here for the side of Omega, and the Lord hasn't even been marching yet. Now it will be spawning in the mid lane. The blessings are still up here down bottom lane, but top lane and mid lane is a different story altogether for Omega. And looking at the damage dealt, Kelra and Super Friends leading the charge here for ONIC Philippines. Meanwhile, James has been tanking and dealing a lot of damage as the Lord marches down mid lane. This might just be a big fight if Brusco finds another play.
Still a clear way here for Supersonics to get an even turret onto Smart Omega.
Wow.
What a nice American rampart here for Brusco, the toughest of them all. And Netsky as well. And with a double tectonic charge catch here onto Haji. Ryzen is going down. All is war here for Smart Omega. Going outside of their base, taking down Kelra. Super Yoshi onto Brusco. Arthur rampart yet again, while James fighting his ultimate, fighting his best, but still isn't enough here for Supersonics to actually finish off this round. But no, it's going to be enough as they set their sights onto the base. Super Yoshi and Haji will fall onto despair as ONIC secures a 2-0 sweep onto Smart Omega.
And yet another sweep. ONIC Philippines